Well, as many of you know, Connecticut has repealed the death penalty. Now it must change the law that allows minors to be sentenced as adults when they commit violent crimes.
The federal ruling is more than 3 years old, says Connecticut must make the change so that people convicted when they are under the age of 18 can have a chance at parole, no matter how serious the crime. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis has more on that for us tonight. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Ann and Keith. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford Newsroom. There are many examples of youthful offenders who changed their ways and became productive members of society. Well, the highest court in the land has ruled that youthful offenders, they all deserve a second look. As of today, there are about 16,000 prisoners in the Connecticut correction system. About 250 are prisoners sent to jail for crimes they committed when they were under age 18. Some were as young as 14 when they committed those crimes and were sentenced as adults, in many cases without the possibility of parole. But that has to change because the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that it's illegal, saying people at that age aren't fully developed mentally and deserve the opportunity to receive parole at some point, a second look at their case. Willie Ledbetter wants the legislature to make the change. His 14-year-old daughter was sentenced to 50 years without parole for the murder of a cab driver in 1996, a murder she says was committed by her boyfriend. He's also in prison.
I feel bad for the victim family, but she's been locked up 19 years. She deserves another opportunity. I got everything prepared for her when she do come home.
But despite the ruling from the high court, this change in law has failed to pass the state Senate the past 2 years. People like Mike Clark are the reason. He was beaten, shot in the head, and left for dead by two 17-year-olds attempting to steal his car. One of them was also convicted of murder in another case. They are both serving life without parole.
They are evil people. They should never be, at least one of them should never, ever be out of prison.
But as recently as last Friday, the state Supreme Court ruled in one of these cases that the defendant must have a new sentence phase of his trial. And without a change in state law, it could be just a matter of time before they let one of them walk.
We run the risk that some defendants could theoretically walk out the door without any supervision.
Now, more than half of these once youthful offenders who are in prison here in Connecticut, over 150 of them by last count, have filed legal actions saying that their rights are being violated because of the Supreme Court action. 15 states have since changed their laws to reflect this second look idea. Live from the Hartford Newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.